Hello, I hope we're all ready to fire up our core a bit today. So our practice this week has been a lot around the core region. So we did poses to help soften the core in our yin practice this week. And today we're going to do poses that are going to start to fire up and build some heat in the belly. So please, if you have a yoga block, grab that. If you don't have a yoga block, I'm going to get you to just grab a towel or a blanket that you can form into kind of a block-like shape, just a little stack, so that when we'll use it as a support under our sacrum at some point. So just pop your props off to the side, somewhere within range, and come on down onto your backs. So just laying down, rest the hands onto the belly, press into the feet. I want you to just draw your tailbone away from you, so it feels like it's trying to lift towards the back of the knees, and that the lower back starts to lengthen, and just find your neutral curve. Rest the hands onto the belly if that's comfortable for you, otherwise let them just rest on the floor. But I want you to feel the breath in the belly. Walk the feet apart and let the knees fall together. Take a nice big inhale and a long slow exhale. And then just start to feel the breath moving into the belly. So I've talked about it a bit this week again, about how we often breathe into the upper chest, and we want to get into spreading the breath right down full into the lower part of the lungs. It tends to help to calm the nervous system, sends a signal in that we're in our rest and repair mode rather than fight and flight. And even though we're going to fire up a bit today, it doesn't necessarily mean that we want to fire up our nervous system too much. So nice full breath into the belly. Feel the hands rise if they're resting onto the belly and fall. Little body scan here just to notice what you've brought on the mat today. If it's early, the body could still be a little sleepy. If it's later in the day, perhaps there's been a lot going on and you are feeling a little agitated, or the body's busy. Just acknowledge all of that, and then just pop it off to the side, giving yourself this short period of time just for you. Feeling the breath moving into the belly but not straining. And then walking the feet back towards each other. I just notice that here my neck isn't shortening, so my chin's not lifting. I'm keeping my chin kind of either slightly tucking down or level with my forehead rather than my chin lifting up. Press into the feet. We're going to bring the hands down alongside. Walk the shoulders away from the ears, palms facing down. And you're going to lift the legs in towards you, then straighten the legs up towards the ceiling. So, and get active through the legs. So flex the toes towards you, let the toes touch, the heels will be a little apart, and there's a sense of your inner thighs rolling away from you. So rather than the heels turning in and the toes out, feel the heels broaden just a little and the inner thighs roll back and apart. Now lift your pelvic floor, and the feeling of lifting your pelvic floor feels a little bit for a woman as if you're busting to go to the toilet but you can't quite make it, and for a man it's if you're midstream and then stop. So just get a tone, nothing too much, just remember not to overdo, but just to get that lift in the pelvic floor. Draw the front ribs towards the back ribs. So we're already starting to activate the core here, and then tuck the chin towards the chest, and we're going to lift up, turn the palms to face up, and just little pulses here. Don't forget to breathe, And I'm going to be breathing and talking and working my core, so I could lose my way a little. So pulse here, feeling that abdominal muscles might be starting to shake and talk a little. Keep the feet active. Now lift up here and just hold and hold and hold. And then you're going to take the arms up and crisscross the opposite foot. So reach the right hand towards the left, left hand towards the right. Keep the shoulders lifting up off the mat. Keep breathing, keep the legs active. Next time you reach to the left, just hold here and pulse a little. Lift that right shoulder a little more off the mat. Woo, already it's warming me up. Down you go, then over to the other side. And then come back to centre. Woo, let the feet drop back down to the floor. Just pause for a moment. Take a breath. Feel the breath in the belly. And then we're going to take our block or your blanket. So if you haven't got the block, we're going to put the block or the support will go under the long way underneath the sacrum. So you lift the hips. It's not up in the lower back, so we're not into a back bend, and it's not right down on the bottom of the butt cheeks. It's right on that wide sacrum bone. Walk the shoulders away from the ears again. Check on the placement of your neck so that you've got a little curve, not a big curve, and not pressing flat into the mat. You're going to lift the feet up. Again, I want you to flex the feet and feel the inner thighs rolling away. So watch that the heels aren't turning in, toes aren't turning out. Hug the muscles of the legs onto the bones, and the hands can come down to the floor here, palms facing down again. Gently lift the pelvic floor, feel that tone, feel as if your navel wants to draw back towards the spine a little here. And we're just going to start to lower that right leg down. And if your back starts to arch, then you've gone far enough. But if you can just hover off the floor a little or a lot, and you'll start to feel the core activate. And then on an inhale, we're going to lift back up. Exhale, lower the left leg. Feel the inner thigh rolling down to the floor, upper thigh lifting up towards the ceiling. So we're not compressing into the SI joints here. So that left foot either just hovers, or if you're arching, then you could stay a little higher up with the leg. We're not wanting to compromise the lower back to get to the core. Inhale to bring it back up. Exhale, lower it down. Right one again. Squeeze the muscles of the legs onto the bones. Feel that lift in the pelvic floor. Inhaling, lift it up. Exhale, the left one goes down. Hover, hover, hover. Keep breathing. Unclench the jaw. Let go of the muscles of the face. One more each side. Lower down. Keep the toes flexing towards the knees. Heels are driving away from you. Inhale, lift the right one back up. Exhale, lower the left one. Again, check in on that inner thigh rolling down. So we're broadening across the sacrum rather than compressing into the sacrum joint. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bend the knees in towards you. Feet to the floor, and just pause here. Tiny little back bend, so we have just been contracting and squeezing the core muscles. Here we're adding a little bit of length to them, allowing them to soften. Always looking for that balance. When we exert, we also want to relax. Press into the feet. We're going to pick up the hips, curl them. Curl the tail up towards the back of the knees. Feel the pubic bone lift towards the navel and lower down. And you're going to use your block, or you're going to use your cushion or your blanket here. You're going to bring the knees in towards you. The shins are going to be parallel with the floor. Bring your elbows to connect into that block or into the cushion, and you're going to press your elbows into the block. Your knees are gently squeezing in towards the block as well, as if you're trying to touch your elbows and knees together, but you've got a block in the way. Bring your hands into prayer position. Dear God, please make this end soon. Check your pelvic floor, and you're going to lift your head, and you can rest your thumbs at your forehead. Keep gently squeezing that block in. Don't forget to breathe. We're going to release the right leg and reach it down and just let it tap the floor, and then bring it back in and switch to the left leg. Keep that block in place, keep that support there. Oh, this one's a doozy. Tap the foot, bring it in, don't forget to breathe. Left one down, bring it in. Right one down. Watch there's no strain in the neck. Keep the chin towards the chest. You could even reach your hands around behind the head and hold on if you can keep the block in place. 2 more. Last one. Woo! Squeeze and hold just for 1 more breath. And then lower it down. That's a goodie, huh? Just close the eyes. Let the hands rest onto the belly. Let the knees fall together. Just taking a moment. If you love that one, you could pause me and have another round of all of that. Now we're going to cross our right ankle over the left knee, and I want you to flex the toes of that right foot so that that's an active foot. Then we're going to lift the left leg up, keep the shin parallel to the floor and active in that foot as well. Interlace the fingers behind the head. Find length in the back of the neck. Again, looking to lift the pelvic floor, gently draw the navel back. Take a nice big full inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to lift the left elbow to the right knee. Inhale to bring it back, exhale, inhale. So we're tapping towards the right knee. Maybe it connects, maybe it doesn't. See if you can keep the legs fixed and just move the shoulders. Don't forget to breathe. Empty the breath on the exhale as you come up. Last one. Foot back to the floor, let the elbows fall back. Just pause. Switch it over, so this time the left foot crosses onto the right knee. Flex the toes, get really active in that leg. Lift the right leg, shin is parallel to the floor rather than letting it drop down. Keep the shin parallel. Nice big full inhale. Watch that the body's not leaning over, the lower body's not leaning to the left as well. So you might have to widen that right knee out a little bit. Just get you nice and centered on the sacrum. So nice big full inhale. Lift the pelvic floor. Exhale, elbow to knee. Empty the breath. Big full inhale to bring you down. Two more. One more. I lied. Sorry about that. Foot to the floor. Pause. Uncross. Bring the hands out from behind the head. Just rest the hands onto the belly. Again, just take a few moments just to connect to the breath. Give the body a break. And we're going to hug the knees in towards the chest. squeeze in. Actually bring the hands in behind the thighs, and that way you get a bit of something to hold on to get a bit of momentum to rock and roll along the length of the spine. And when you get to nearly seated, see if you can just keep the feet off the floor. So I'll shimmy back. You could touch the toes to the floor or the heels, but just see if you can play around with hovering here. And what we'll often do is we'll end up collapsing in through the lower back. So part of our core muscles is the lower back muscles. So I want you to find length, even if it means putting your feet to the floor, find length first. So as if you're trying to take your belly button towards the front edge of the mat. And then you can just play around here with finding some balance. It's going to work the core muscles, not just the front part of the body, not the abdominals, also the lower back muscles. Now squeeze the knees in towards you, and maybe you can balance here. So keep squeezing into that little pack, toes pull towards the knees. Don't forget to breathe, soften the shoulders, soften the jaw. Squeeze in, squeeze in, squeeze in. I'm heating up here. Then we can cross the ankles and we can roll over the legs. If this doesn't work for you, just tuck the feet off to the side and come into tabletop. So roll across the ankles, coming into your tabletop position. Hands in under the shoulders, knees in under the hips. And sorry, I'll turn to face you here for those of you who are new to this one. So when we come into our cat-cow position, I want you to watch that the elbows don't flare out. I want you to spin the elbows so the eyes of the elbows turn forward. And the hands are spread. The index fingers are either parallel to each other or they turn a little bit if you need more space in the shoulders. Spin around. So this is a really important foundation. We want to keep the inner hand pressing to the mat, and imagine you're hugging a block in between the forearms. And I go on about this a lot, but it really becomes important, especially when we start to come into our downward facing dog and we start to weight bear a lot more. So look for that alignment, slide the shoulders away from the ears, and then draw the front body towards the back body. So we don't want to find a back bend here yet. I want you to draw the front body towards the back body, reach the crown of the head away from the tailbone, and lift the back of the neck gently so we're not collapsing into the throat. That place where the mother cat picks up her kitten, just lift here. Now keep the work in the hands, keep the core squeezing on, lift the pelvic floor. You're going to slide your right leg back behind you. And same thing here, I want you to watch that you don't let the heel turn in. Roll the inner thigh up towards the ceiling. Keep drawing the front body towards the back body. And then we're going to challenge our balance here by reaching the left arm, palm facing in. Draw that left arm back into the socket, but keep lifting the front body towards the back body. Don't let yourself come into a back bend here. Keep pressing that right hand into the mat. Wobble around, fall over, get back up. Nice work. Left hand comes back to the floor. We're going to keep the arms working. I want you to try and keep the arms nice and stationary. Draw that right knee in towards you and then tap it over to the left elbow. Reach the leg back behind you. Try not to move the arms, just let the movement come from the pelvis and the center of the body. 2 more. Come into center, then twist the lower body to tap the knee to the elbow. Last one. Nice. Back to your tabletop. Lift that right hand, just open and close the palm. Give the wrist a little shake out. Again, watch the elbows don't flare out. Watch that the rib cage doesn't collapse. Spin the biceps towards the front of the room. Hug that imaginary block between the arms. Slide that left leg back. And then from the inner thigh, lift that leg up so it's in line with the hip. Watch the back bend hasn't come in, so just squeeze the front ribs towards the back ribs. Gentle lift on the pelvic floor. Crown of the head reaching away from the heel. And then add the right arm. And then draw that back into the center. Bring everything back into the midline, back to the core. You've got to find a drishti point or a gaze point. Nice. And then hand comes back to the floor. We're going to draw that left knee in towards the body and twist and tap. Getting into the obliques here. 2, 3 more. 3, tap the elbow. 4 and 5. Nice work. Lifting up the left hand this time, just open and close. We'll just take a few rounds of cat-cow here, so just working the core slightly differently, so we want to add some length. So inhale, lift the sitting bones, slide the heart forward, looking forward into a back bend. So we've got this length through the front body. And exhale, press the floor away, squeeze the navel back, press the upper back to the ceiling, let the head hang. Inhale, shoulders away from the ears, find your back bend. Exhale, round it out. These nice movements of the spine, our flexion and extension. Opening up the front part of the body, giving length to the abdominals, and then squeeze them back. And then come back to neutral. You're going to come down onto your forearms here. So I want your shoulders to stay in line with the elbows. Interlace the fingers. And you're going to step your legs back and coming into a forearm plank. So we often make the mistakes of collapsing into the lower back and also collapsing into the shoulders. So press the elbows into the mat. Feel your upper back lift. And then squeeze the front body towards the back body. Inner thighs are rolling up. And also watch, see where my head's sliding down. I don't want that. I want to keep my head in line with the spine. Press the heels away, reach the crown of the head forward, heels back. Quads are engaged. Tailbone is dragging down towards the heels slightly. You're going to heat up here. Heat, heat, heat. Whew, nearly there. And then lower the hips, untuck the toes, just coming into our Sphinx pose. Just take a pause, shoulders away from the ears, lift the crown of the head up, find length in the neck, and then just switch the glutes off here. We've engaged the core, now we want to soften those muscles, open them up. But one more pose each side and then we're nearly done. So bring the hands to interlace again, lift up onto your knees and then find your forearm plank. You're going to release the hold of the hands, take your right hand and pop it onto the floor. And we're going to turn and take the outer edge of the right foot and the inner edge of the left foot to the mat. So check and see that this right arm, that the elbow is right in line with the shoulder. Bring your hand onto your hip. You can stay here, or you could dip the hips down, tap the floor, and then lift up. If you're joining me here, tap it down, lift it up. Last one, tap it down, lift it up. Perfectly good to stay here. We're still working the core. I'm going to turn my back to you, come back to centre. Whoo, whoo, whoo. Over to the other side. Outer edge of the left foot. Inner edge of the right foot. Watch your booty doesn't stick out. Draw the pubic bone up towards the navel. Make a little platform for your left hand to rest onto. Shoulder in line with the elbow. Not forward, not back. Hand onto the hip. Staying here. We're engaging our serratus muscles here. We're getting into the obliques again. Front body towards the back body. Dip the hips if you like. Breathe. Whew, forgot about that one. Back to centre. Hips down. Hallelujah, we've made it. Little rock from side to side. Cross the arms. Let the breath settle. Come on over onto your back here. Just hug the knees in towards you. Actually, we'll take a nice big full inhale. Exhale, squeeze into a little ball. Lift the head and shoulders, draw the knees in towards you. Inhale, lower the shoulders. Exhale, curl it in. Last one, I promise. Big full inhale. Empty the breath on the exhale. Keep squeezing, keep squeezing, keep squeezing. Let it all come down. You can let the feet widen and the knees fall together. You can reach the legs out long. Just make sure the shoulders are away from the ears. If the hands are coming to the floor, palms facing up, or you can leave them onto the body. Nice big full inhale, and as you exhale, let the body sink, let the body drop. You've really heated the body, what they call Agni or fire in our yoga tradition. And it's used to burn away excess in all areas. You can soften the eyes, soften the jaw, the throat, feel the weight of the arms, weight of the shoulders. You want to have the feeling as if you're lying on fresh grass or lying on sand, that the body's dropping so heavy that you're going to leave an imprint of yourself into the floor beneath you. And I am going to leave you here, but I invite you to stay with this for as long as you have. You could stay and connect into the breath. Love to know tomorrow how your cores are feeling. This would be a good one to come back to if you're feeling like you are looking for a bit more core strength. But let me know how it goes. Namaste.